Hey Hofstra fans, welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Abby Morgan. I'm Anthony Barrett, joined by Abby Morgan, the head coach of the Hofstra Women's Lacrosse team. Coach, thanks for the time today. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Now, Coach, you had your season opener this past weekend against Colgate. It was a little bit of a bizarre turn of events because of the weather. You started the game on Saturday, then you had to replay the game on Sunday. So we'll start with day one. You didn't get to complete the game. You played close to 40 minutes. What did you see from your team on day one?
Well, it was definitely a test of our mental toughness, physical toughness. The snow was coming down and it was pretty much a whiteout. But we had to adjust in those moments, and it was talking on the field, okay, we can't make passes. We have to drive, and I think we adjusted well in that moment. But it really turned out to not be safe at one point, so we had to stop the game. But it was good to kind of get our feet wet and have nothing count in that first 35 minutes.
So what were you talking to the team then after, we'll call it half number one on Saturday? What were the big adjustments you wanted to make going into Sunday?
Well, we definitely had the ability to fast break, and we weren't doing it. We were kind of getting over that restraining line and slowing up, and we knew that we could really push the ball and get easy goals, and that was something we talked about, what we could do better in game number two. And we needed to be a little bit more on the same page on defense and slow down their 1v1 drives. We got beat on a couple 1v1s, and that was, we needed to make that adjustment, and we definitely did.
Now Sunday, you actually get to complete the game. You're able to knock off Colgate in what officially is your season opener. Jackie Pandolf picking up where she left off last year, 16 saves. You also had a couple of nice long streaks.
It was great. I mean, we really felt momentum at the end of the half. I think there was not a moment when we were down 6-1 where we felt like we were down 6-1, and that's always good in a team feel, that we as coaches can feel that they didn't feel dropped heads or demoralized or anything like that. So we were just waiting for the run to happen, and it worked out. 3 goals at the end of the half, and then went into halftime and put on another 5, and that's where we would have loved to keep going with that, but it was enough to get us a win.
Now you have so many different players rotating in the midfield, up on the attack line, on close defense. Do you think that benefited you to play 1.5 games over this past weekend where you had so many bodies?
I think it probably did. I mean, it wasn't something that during the game we were saying, let's take advantage of this, but we did push the ball, and there were times, and there was one series where Emily Van Hollen and Marianne Miller were just dead tired, and we could tell, and we were trying to get them out, and we scored a fast break goal, and I think Marianne stopped at the 30 and just threw her hands up because she was just so excited but so tired, so we got them out after that. But that's what we expect out of our middies. We expect them to get up and down the field, push, and before you get to that physical exhaustion, we'll get you off the field.
Jackie Pandolf, to have 16 saves in the season opener, battling through the elements. Mm-hmm. I'm sure this is what you've come to expect from her at this point, but what can you say about her performance?
She did a great job, and I think that especially her not playing this fall, and this was her real opener for these freshmen, even to see her play, and for her to come up so big for our team. I think, she didn't have all the respect of the team because they hadn't seen her play fully yet, and just see her just come out and own the game, it really solidified what she does for our team, and I think there's no question that she's a leader for us, and the whole team. There are a couple different stories about being behind the line, watching, and just being nervous, and then Jackie comes up with a huge save, and our defense definitely thanked her a bunch.
Now, you had played scrimmages before the Colgate game, but now you finally have one game in the books that actually counts. So where would you put your team right now? Do you think they've fully shaken off the rust from the offseason after this one game?
I think it actually probably benefited us having a game and a half, because we got to really get our feet wet, really have that chemistry happen, and I think that we're in a good place right now. I would say the biggest thing walking away from Colgate was in those discipline times and those time and score moments, we didn't always do the smart thing, but we still had our hustle, and we still got the ball back when we needed it, and Jackie saved us when we needed to. So that's something that, throughout the year really does evolve, and who those leaders are going to be, and who we need the ball in their sticks at that time, who's going to make the right choice. So it's nice to see our team get one in the books, and have it be a tight one is always fun, and they were excited. So I think we definitely grew as a team over this kind of crazy weekend.
Now you have 2 more games on the road this week. Tomorrow you take on Fairfield, then Saturday you take on BC. We'll start with Fairfield. What are you expecting from the Stags?
Well, we've only seen one of their games. They've only had one game as well, but they're a physical team as well. They're going to test our toughness, and very comparable to what Colgate was doing to us defensively. So I think it's a good segue into our Fairfield game, and I hope that we make some changes in terms of really that fast break is so important for us. We can utilize our midfield and get those easy goals, and we'd like to do that, and we think we have the ability to do that against Fairfield.
BC on Saturday, they're ranked 8th in the Inside the Cross poll. One of the best teams in the country traditionally for the past couple of seasons. How big of a game is this in terms of a litmus test and getting some of your younger players experience against the top program?
Well, this BC has turned into a little bit of a rivalry for us, and we've only played them. We played them last year and lost in our first game of the season, but we played them last fall and this past fall, and I think it's a game that our team circled a while ago. And it'll be a true test for us, without a doubt. We do need to stay focused on tomorrow, but as a team, I know this is one that they want to get, and they want to kind of avenge the way that they've played against this team before, because they know that they haven't showed them what Hofstra lacrosse is all about, and really stepping up and being us, and that's what we'll really look for once Saturday comes around.
Now you bring up staying focused on tomorrow, so what is going to be the key to victory against Fairfield?
I think just building on the confidence that we got from this weekend, and we really did. I mean, we celebrated like it was a big one, and it was for us. I think it's been a long time since we've had a game that counted, and I think kind of to shake off those things that said maybe the doubts that we couldn't put it together, but to just get a win, get a solid win with some adversity. I think just riding the confidence is going to be important for us.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hofstra fans, for joining us inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Abby Morgan.